tí a ti ń wò wá nítorí wípé àwa ọmọ yín náà ni a wà lórí ìkànnì lẹ́ni tí a ń pè ní Yoruba Global Youth. Àwa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé. Orúkọ mi ni Ifámúyìwá Àjọkẹ́. Ẹ lè pè mí ní Àjọkẹ́ Adé. Mo kí gbogbo wa. Iṣẹ́ rí wọ́n sọ wípé ẹni ńlá ló tó ń ṣe ohun ńlá. Àwa mẹ́ta ni a ó máa ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò ilé ní ìyẹn ni Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Owólabí, èmi Àjọkẹ́ Adé àti Òjó. Wọ́n ní Òjó sí nílé ọmọ ẹdìẹ dàgbà. Wọ́n ló máa ń tẹ ọmọ ẹdìẹ pa ni. Òjó náà ti ń wọlé bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ti dé. Káàbọ̀. Kí a kí grandpa wa, bàbá wa, Professor Emeritus bàbá wa, Banji Akintoye. Káàbọ̀, bàbá àwọn ọmọ.
Ẹ kú wájú, mo kí gbogbo yín. Mo kí gbogbo yín, ẹ kú wájú.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà.
Inú wa dùn láti rí bàbá wa. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa fi tó wa létí wípé a wà live, pé ẹ lè gbọ́ wa ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, ẹ lè fi àwọn ìbéèrè yín ránṣẹ́ ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà gbogbo ìbéèrè táwọn máa béèrè lé ní àwọn náà ni wọ́n kó ránṣẹ́. Kí a máa kí ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Ọláyọmí Koiki Media, wọ́n wà lórí ìkànnì. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá wa Heritage, the youngest old man I've ever seen. Ẹ káàbọ̀. Kí máa kí àǹtí wa Adédoyin bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Àǹtí Doyin, welcome. Ṣe dáadáa ní ṣọ́kọ̀ òjèpo. Kí a máa kí gbogbo àwa tí à ń gbọ́ wa ní ilé, gbogbo àwa tí à ń wò wá lórí ìkànnì YG White, wò wá lórí ìkànnì Koiki Media, wò wá lórí ìkànnì Heritage Television, àtàwa tí à ń wò wá tí à ń gbọ́ wa lórí Dudu Spirit, the first and only Pan-African radio. I am going to stand as an independent broadcaster tonight, representing the world, and we are bringing something very different today. Dudu Spirit is a Pan-African media house tó jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan tí àwa ń gbé ṣe ó tún yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n ní ajíṣe bí Ọ̀yọ́ láàrin Ọ̀yọ́ ò ṣe bí bàbá ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwa ní ìkànnì tí ó ń fi ohùn Áfíríkà ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo àgbáláyé. Àwa ní ìlú Washington tí a kalẹ̀ sí. Lẹ́ni yìí a ó máa ṣe ní aláfibọ̀ ni nítorí pé ó ní àwọn kan tí wọn ò gbọ́ èdè náà tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa tí wọn ò gbọ́ pédègbẹ̀yọ̀. Olúwa kúkú fún wa ní èdè tiwa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa rán kí àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn GYY, that is the Global Yoruba Youth. Ẹ̀yin náà ń wò wá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. A kí yín káàbọ̀, a kí gbogbo wa, a kí onílé, a kí àlejò, a kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí a ò tiẹ̀ tí ì gbọ́ nípa wọn àtàwọn tí wọ́n múra láti lè kàn sí wa. Àwa náà ṣe sáàkì yín o. A kí bàbá wa, a kí àwọn Yorùbá Kingdom TV, a kí Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, a kí gbogbo wa, gbogbo lẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ lọ́lọ́gbàjọgbà tó jẹ́ wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń retí náà ni kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ó dúró. Ìyàwó Onítìrí CSI, a kí gbogbo yín. A sọ wípé a mọ̀ lórí o nítorí pé ò fẹ́ kí ìran wa kí ó parun, ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ìyà kí ó jẹ wá. Mo tún rántí bàbá mi Ayílóge, mo kí yín o, mo kí yín. Wọ́n ní granddaughter. Yes, I am taking after your footstep because Baba wa Ayílóge is a trained journalist. Àwọn bàbá wa emeritus journalist nìyẹn. Mo dúpẹ́ àwa náà dẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé ìlànà yín ni. Lẹ́ni yìí kí ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀? Activating the greatness of Yoruba nation, building the true giant of Africa, building the true giant of Africa. We are going to start with a question. Grandpa, Baba wa Banji Akintoye, who is the giant of Africa? Who is the giant of Africa? That is the first question the youth sent. Who is the giant of Africa?
The giant of Africa is about to be born. The giant of Africa was born thousands of years ago. But as a result of modern things, the British coming and putting us in Nigeria, in the country of people who don't want development, kan lára àwọn colleague mi ní Senate ìjọ kan àjọ travel wọ́n rán wa sí níṣẹ́ sí Egypt àwa méjì. Òun was chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee of Senate, èmi vice chairman, àwa méjì péré la wà ní gbogbo aeroplane yẹn. So àwa ráyè sọ. Ó ní ẹ̀yin Yorùbá òun láìkì yín gan ni, ẹ máa ń nice sí yàn, ẹ máa ń, you know. But pé ẹ máa ń ṣe kinní kan tó wrong. Bàbá yín Awólọ́wọ̀ gan ló ń lead yín jù nínú ẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni wípé gbogbo ẹ fẹ́ yí plan Ọlọ́run, ẹ fẹ́ yí ipò. Ọlọ́run ti ṣètò ẹ̀ wá pé àwọn kan máa dúró jẹrí mu dáadáa, àwọn yòókù wọ́n máa poor. Ètò tí Ọlọ́run ṣe wá nìyẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin Yorùbá ò gbà. Ẹ wá ń fẹ́ kí gbogbo ọmọ tó ń ṣeré káàkiri nínú dust nǹkan gbogbo wọn lè fẹ́ kó di lawyer, di doctor, di engineer, di professor and so on. Ọlọ́run ò ṣètò ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. You are disrespecting God. That's the way he put it. Bàbá yín Awólọ́wọ̀ akóyínjọ ẹ máa ṣe plan to change the will of God. It is not the will of God that some people be poor and some people be rich. Our Yoruba will develop from very ancient times the philosophy that the good life is for everybody. The good life is for everybody. That's our. And so a country that develops on that philosophy is going to be the giant of the world, not only of Africa. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inú mi ń dùn torí ó ń ṣe mí bí wípé ọmọ aládé ni mí ní tòótọ́, ẹ má dẹ̀ gbàgbé wípé a ní àwa lórí Koiki Media, àwa lórí Heritage Media, àwa lórí Duduspree, that is www.duduspree.com. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa lọ, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa ká lọ, ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, kí gbogbo wa káàbọ̀ káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé, show some love, show some likes, ẹ bá wa share. This is where you are supposed to be. Àwa tí à ń ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ léni, tí a gbé grandpa wa wá léni, àwa ni Yoruba Global Youth. And this program sponsored on Duduspree by the Sorosoke team. The Sorosoke team wọ́n ṣe nǹkan kan bẹ̀bẹ̀ kan ní ọjọ́ mélòó sẹ́yìn. A ó máa já yín sẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ mọ̀ ẹ kàn dá mi láago. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa tẹ̀síwájú. Bàbá wa Banji Akintoye à ń sọ wípé a mọ̀ yín torí pé ẹ̀yin ni ẹ jẹ́ okùn láàrin ìtàn àti àwa òwe. Ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ́ okùn láàrin àwọn nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ láti ayébáyé àti àwa tí a ṣẹ̀ dé ní àwa tí a ṣẹ̀ ń dàgbà bọ̀. Ìbéèrè kan tí a fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín ni wípé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n, ẹni tí ó kàwé gboyè nínú pé à ń sọ ìtàn, ẹ dákun ẹ sọ fún wa, ta ni Yorùbá? Kí ni Yorùbá? Ìbéèrè méjì ni nínú ẹyọ kan. Kí ni Yorùbá? Àti wípé àwọn wo ni à ń pè ní Yorùbá? Kí ni Yorùbá?
Orúkọ wa nìyẹn. Orúkọ tí àwa ń jẹ́ nìyẹn. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta àbí lẹ́nu bí ọdún bí méjì síbí, àwọn kan sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní ló fún wa lórúkọ. Àwọn Fúlàní ò sí ní West Africa rárá ń gbà táwa ti jẹ́ Yorùbá. Wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn rárá ní West Africa. They are migrants from somewhere in Western Asia. Wá tí wọ́n ti gbé àwọn bábà. Wọ́n dé ibi tá à ń pè ní Nàìjíríà lénìí, tá à ń pè ní West Africa lénìí. Until the 17th century, by then we were a great people in West Africa. So, how we can't get to one wa? We want result. Our command listens one. The name Yoruba, the earliest time we have the name Yoruba in writing is in a book that was written by a black West African Islamic scholar and published in 1615 in Timbuktu. Bẹ̀látikọ́ lórúkọ Yorùbá, wọ́n ti ń pè wá lórúkọ yẹn ó ti pẹ́ ṣáájú ìjọ wọn yẹn. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Fúlàní ní West Africa ń gbà yẹn rárá. So àwọn ò lè wá fún wa lórúkọ. Àwọn Fúlàní fẹ́ gbọ́ ìtàn ara wọn, wọ́n ṣe ń sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ wọn yẹn. are the first sophomore big time. As a matter of fact, I'm putting together a little book on the Fulani in Nigeria. And you expect it, everybody. It's coming. They pushed us into doing what we are doing now, but we must defend ourselves. We are not insulting them, we are just defending ourselves. Thank you. Our Yoruba, that's a big one. Our Yoruba, sọ pé àwa ni àkọ́dá ọmọ èèyàn sórílẹ̀-èdè ayé. Our Yoruba sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó wà nínú myth wa. Our own myth of origins. Wípé ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ayé ńgbà tí gbogbo omi wà lójú gbogbo ayé, Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè Ẹlẹ́dàá ó decide pé òun fẹ́ gbé life wá sí ayé. Ó wá rán àwọn alágbára kan ní ọ̀run pé kán lọ ṣe. Ẹni tó lead wọn wá ní Odùduwà. Ó dẹ̀ wá, ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ by a chain to the surface of the earth in the place called Ife today. And he landed there with the things that he brought, some earth, some piece of earth in a small calabash, a hen, chicken, and a palm nut, okuro. Ó dẹ̀ wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè ayé, ó dá yẹ̀pẹ̀ kékeré yẹn sójú omi yẹn, ó yẹn form a little mound. Ó wá mú adìyẹ yẹn, ó fi sí, ó gbélé lórí adìyẹ yẹn, wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí scratch here until all the colonies, until all the continents of the world were formed. And then he planted the palm nut, and it sprouted and became the first tree in the world, and so on. And he himself became the father of the first people in the world, which is the Yoruba nation. That's our myth. Every great nation in the world has their own myth of origin. For instance, Adam is a myth of the peoples of the Middle East. Adam. Yeah. It is a myth created by the people of the Middle East, the Jews, the Arabs, the Babylonians, the Sumerians, and so on. So that's our own myth of creation. But eléyìí tó wá yà wá lẹ́nu. So gbogbo láyé wa àwa máa ń hùwà wípé àwa ni aṣáájú ẹ̀dá, àwa la aṣáájú ọmọ ènìyàn lórílẹ̀-èdè ayé. Àwọn missionary kan tó wá sí Yorùbá land ní 19th century, wọ́n ní tí èèyàn bá dé ìlú àwọn Yorùbá, tí èèyàn bá dé Ifẹ̀ especially, iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe máa ń yọ̀ mọ́ yàn. Àbí pé nǹkan tó dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kán yọ̀ mọ́ yàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé àwọn ń welcome àwa tá kì í ṣọ́ ara wọn. Àwọn wádìí funfun èèyàn ò má tà, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ń welcome wa wípé we have come back home. We have come back home. And so I want to welcome Ife is the home from where all human beings went out, all human groups were. Every ethnic group in the world, every cultural group in the world, they are welcome in Yoruba land. It's very common for a good-behaved, well-behaved foreigner to from different places to who end up becoming a chief among us. It's very common like that in Yoruba land. We see ourselves as the first of all humans, the father of all humans, and therefore they are welcome among us. We are hospitable towards them. Clapatin was the first European, the first white man to enter into the interior of Yoruba land. He came in December 1825, and he entered from Badagry with his team, and they traveled up north from Badagry through the Yewa area, through many towns, and until they finally came to Oyo Ile, and they went beyond Oyo Ile to across the River Niger, and so on. Only àwọn Yoruba, the way they welcome us is astounding. We received from among them, I'm quoting now, we received from among them as much civility and hospitality as we will receive from among our own people back home in England. That's it. That's who we are. He said they have a culture that welcomes people, the Yoruba, because we regard ourselves as the first of humans, the mother and father of the first earliest of the humans everywhere in the world. So we welcome everybody. That's our culture. In the past few years, I can share research, genetic research, genome research. The one that come to this very astounding discovery. Strange, very, very strange. They are now saying that they have discovered that the oldest human gene belongs among the Yoruba people of West Africa. The earliest human genes. They have done the research in Harvard. They have done the research in Cambridge. They have done the research in University of California, Los Angeles. It's the same thing. They are saying to us, we are a little embarrassed. We don't know yet how to take it, so we are not even making a noise about it. But that's what they are saying. That's what they are saying. The research, the genome research, human genetic research is showing that the oldest human genes belong to the Yoruba people. It's a big thing. That's a huge, huge one. Tobaya àmọ́ bá ṣe máa pariwo ń pa ẹ̀ ṣé o mọ̀ pé tó bá gbé nǹkan tó dáa dé èèyàn lọ́wọ́ á kọ́kọ́ gbà lẹ́rù pé kí leléyìí àwa Yorùbá ó sì ń yà àwa tá a jẹ́ intellectuals tán gbélé lọ́wọ́ ó sì ń jó wa lọ́wọ́ pé really that the Yoruba people have the oldest human genes on earth. So that's who we are. We are the first of humans. We are the first of humans.
Yes. Adúpẹ́ pé o kú. Mo fẹ́ sáré dá padà fún Mr. Owólabí, ṣùgbọ́n ó ní nǹkan kan tó ń gbé mi nínú ibi tẹ́ fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ẹni tó bá mọ̀ nǹkan tí à ń pè ní pharmacogenomics, ó máa wá understand the reason tó fi jẹ́ wípé a jẹ́ ẹ̀yà tó ń borí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àrùn àti àìsàn. Ibi tí ẹ sọ dé yẹn, àwa tá bá wà ní line science, tá ń ṣe scientific research, ó máa yé wa. It is a plus to us, and we are excited about this. We would research into it and bring out the best. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ó yá, Ẹ̀gbọ́n Owólabí, over to you.
Ẹ ṣé gan ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Àjọkẹ́ Àdè, àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. A dẹ̀ tún kí bàbá wa náà sí àárín wa. Inú wa ń dùn bí a ṣe rí yín ní àárín wa tó jẹ́ pé ẹ tún wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ tún wá fún wa ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí tó jẹ́ pé ó máa jẹ́ ká lè mọ nǹkan tí a ń ṣe àti nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé a máa ní láti ṣe àti nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé máa tọ́ wa sọ́nà pé nǹkan báyìí ẹ ní láti máa mú rẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ líle káàárọ̀ oòjíire ní òkè òkun pé ti máa kí yín pé ẹ kú iṣẹ́ náà pé ẹ ṣe tí ẹ pàdé ẹ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ láti mọ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe pé ti máa kí yín gidi gan pé ẹ ṣe gan. Àjọ mẹ́sì tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi níbi bí ọ pé tí ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín pé ìjẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ó lè jẹ́ giant of Africa àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe àti pé ẹ mọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ń sì ṣe pé all good in many aspects in pharmacy, in doctor, in engineering, in lawyer, in many aspects pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe tí yẹ pé àánú la máa jí giant of Africa yẹn tí a bá do orílẹ̀-èdè wa àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ṣe tí yẹ pé gbogbo nǹkan máa fi lọ lẹ́sẹ̀lẹ́sọ tó yẹ pé kò ní sí gómi sọ̀hún níbẹ̀ tó yẹ pé kò ní sí eléyò.
Nǹkan tó Ọlọ́run ti ṣe láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. In the history of Black Africa, àwa Yorùbá nìkan la jẹ́ an urbanized people. we started to build our first cities. The city of Ile-Ife in the 9th century AD, and between then and the 18th century, we built tens, probably hundreds of cities and towns all over Yoruba land. Or see any other part of Africa to rebel. No other part. No other part. Clapatin tí mo ló wọ Badagry tó ti Badagry wọ Yorùbá là ní 1825 yẹn. Ó ní ibi ìdàbí pé kì í ṣe ara Africa. There are towns, large and well-populated towns from this area, from section to section, and they are also close. He said, when you are leaving a Yoruba town and the noise is receding behind you, the noise of another town will be welling up in front of you. That's how close the towns were. Said, especially if there was a market day going on, market was going on in that town, the noise of the market would be like the roaring of a great sea. Àwọn Yoruba towns ní habit láyé ìgbà wọn yẹn tá máa ní night markets. Àwọn lọ́jà the regular market. Wọ́n ti wá láàárọ̀, wọ́n ti kẹ́rù wọn, wọ́n ti lọ ní nǹkan bí aago bíi 6, wọ́n ti park, wọ́n ti lọ. Then about 3 hours later, ní nǹkan bí 9 p.m. àwọn tó wá sí ọjà alẹ́ àṣẹ wa máa dé, wọ́n ṣe wa máa sọ, wọ́n máa tẹ́rù wọn and so on. It's unbelievable. Some of the things that our people did are astounding. Night market. Clapatin, when you are approaching any of their night markets, it's like you are approaching a sea of stars. Why? Because every trader at epo atupa fitila epo one turn six goods one come by in Katanta. So when you are coming from a distance and you see the whole market in front of you, it's like you are approaching a sea of stars. It's like an unearthly scene. That's who we Yoruba are, you know. Ọlọ́run ti ṣe wá láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká jẹ́ giant for Africa. But then we made a mistake. Ara nǹkan tí mo fi máa bẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ́ nìyẹn. We made a mistake. A jẹ́ kí òyìnbó conquer wa in the last years of the 19th century. The man who conquer gbogbo wa náà wá fúnra wa la lọ ṣe friend pẹ̀lú wọn, she signed treaties with them. The only Yoruba major town tí wọ́n conquer ní Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. But ìjọ tán lọ attack Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde yẹn, káláwa Yorùbá kálá careless kákó gbogbo agbára tá a níjọ kò sí any power anywhere in Europe tó lè conquer wa. Because as of that date, the Yoruba people had well-seasoned armies, numbering nearly 500,000. Nearly 500,000. Ibadan had 80,000 in Ikirun. Ekiti Parapọ̀ had about 50,000 to 60,000 in Imesile. Ibadan had another 30,000 in Oru. Ijebu, they had about 30,000 in Oru. Ijebu, they had about 60,000 at home. Molema Katiti Teba Krogobo was a little over 500,000. And all of them were seasoned. These are soldiers that had been fighting for many decades. And they were mostly armed with the most sophisticated weapons of the time. Because Arani and the trade in the world was bringing the guns to us, and we were buying. Unfortunately, we were buying with human beings, some of it with human beings. If it had then it don't cost. Until about the 1800. So so we had a large army, but it's uncoordinated. And we didn't do anything to defend Ijebu-Ode. In fact, some of our own people were happy that Ijebu-Ode was being conquered. So that's that kind of disunity. find a way to get rid of it among us. Let the Yoruba nation be Yoruba nation. We're a very strong nation. Let us show that strength in unity, through unity. Mobeni. So we are a great nation. And when we have a country which, by the grace of God, is going to be soon, then we must sit down and benefit the expertise of its men, so that we can all go home and go and contribute to building the most astoundingly progressive country in the world. We can do it. We need to be able to do it. And God will guide you. I have just finished writing a book. It's about 900 pages on the Yoruba nation. The title, The Yoruba People, Foremost Black Nation. The Yoruba People, colon, Foremost Black Nation. It's out now, it's completed. By the way, can you give me a copy of that book? It's here. It's you know, the one or two advanced copies reached me a few days ago.
Well, we are lucky. Yoruba Global Youth all the way. The unveiling of the great book. Oh yeah, will support all the way. I'm so excited today. You know me, do Benny.
Profile of the foremost Black nation. That is it. So we are the foremost Black nation. Now we want to free ourselves from what the British pushed us into. And God will free us. In fact, I think the hand of God is in everything now. Look at what is happening in Britain. Yeah, I have had sent to the Prime Minister, to the new Prime Minister of Britain, a special message from the Yoruba people. Things are happening in the world that God designed for us. Yeah. We are the foremost Black nation. That's who we are. We are not bragging. It is the truth. By the time the Europeans began to bring education into West Africa in the middle of the 19th century, we Yoruba were the first to jump at it. By the 1860s, we were producing graduates in every area of life, in lawyers, doctors, engineers, accountants, surveyors, architects, etc., etc. The first newspaper to be published on the continent of Africa was published in Abeokuta in 1859. We are the foremost people. I don't think there is any question about that. And we are not bragging when we say so. We are just making a statement of fact. What does that mean? A lot of work. A lot of work. Babawa Olowo Ngbata data UPN in 1979, 1978, 1979. Babawa walk into a committee room, Nibitati in shape, data to Walata, Rotan, Kawa Jeunta, down, Tashan shape. Look, Babane, Epele. Yes, this is great. This is good. Because if they give us a chance to run this country, we are ready to work until it hurts. Jagboru Jerry, and Baba Wada Wolo, Nekamuti Boru Erio. We are ready to work until it hurts, until tiarawama ko. Isn't that something? And I want to ask you, Yoruba boys and girls now, you are going to have your country soon. Brace up, tighten your belts, and be ready to work to make it a great country. You will be ready to work until it hurts. All the petty little divisions, tell yourself your destiny is here. The destiny of your nation is here. And you are ready to grab it from the hands of evil. I feel.
Thank you so much, sir. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ fún enlightenment tí ẹ fún wa. Tẹ̀lé ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ àwọn nǹkan kan as a black nation. Tẹ̀lé ti jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé we are a great black nation. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan.
Of course, you are not a great black nation. You are the great black nation.
Ẹ ṣé gan. Inú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ inú wọn dùn gidi gan pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ ń sọ fún wa pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí tí ẹ ń sọ fún wa tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé no, we need to stand by ourselves, we need to love each other, we need to embrace ourselves. Wọ́n dùn gidi gan. Èyí pé a máa jà èyí ìgbọ́ yìí pé a ní láti mú kúrò ńbẹ̀ inú wọn dùn gidi gan. Òun náà lẹ ti gbọ́ nílé yẹn ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tí bàbá wa ti ṣí wa létí papọ̀. Ọ pé ìfẹ́ àti ìrẹ́pọ̀ òun ló ń ṣe gbogbo. Wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé a ní láti nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa, a dẹ̀ ní láti ṣèfẹ́ ara wa, tá lè fi mú gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń gbèrò tí a dẹ̀ ń lépa láti jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jẹ́ tá lo advice tí bàbá wa tí ó sọ fún wa ní èyí pé a ní láti ṣe ìmọ̀ kan, a dẹ̀ ní láti nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa. Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa, inú wa ń dùn. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan tí ẹ wá sí àárín wa lẹ́yìn tẹ́ wá sọ àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀ fún wa. Inú wa ń dùn gidi gan. Ẹ ṣé gan sir.
Inú mi dùn. Ẹ ṣé.
Yes, sir. Ó tún ní àwọn question kan tó sọ pé tí n tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín because ó sọ pé ní history wa àwọn òyìnbó ló kọ history wa kí ló ṣe tó yẹ pé àwa tó jẹ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé akàwé akàwé a dẹ̀ ní ìmọ̀ púpọ̀ jẹ́ pé kí ló táwọn fi kọ history wa fúnra wa pé kẹ́ àwọn white ló yẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń kọ history wa fún wa tó yẹ pé ó yẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń kọ́ ọ wá ń yí history wa pa.
Nígbà táwọn òyìnbó dé ṣé nígbà táwọn òyìnbó dé lomin àwọn wá dé tí wọ́n ń kọ ìtàn wa nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni pé àwa ò ní written language but ìyẹn ò mí pé a ò ní history. We had our history, we had our traditions, we had our everything that makes up history, information. All that is needed to do is to gather it together. And we didn't really, we Yoruba historians didn't begin to gather it together until the 1950s. Àwọn èèyàn wa ní 1900, 1910, àwọn kan ti kọ ìwé kan Samuel Johnson, for instance, wrote a history, the history of the Yoruba people, and completed it in 1897 before he died. Aburo Ewagete published in 1921. So I think one Atunda Olu wrote a history of Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ìtàn Yorùbá àti àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè wọn. History of the Ekiti, history of the Ijesha, history of the Oyo, history of the Ijebu, and so on and so on. So there are many books before the 1950s. But when the 1950s came, something happened, something very big. People began to recognize àwọn òyìnbó kan sọ pé rárá àwọn dúdú ò ní wọn ní history. Because they had no writing, therefore they had no history. That people begin to have history when they begin to write. One Cambridge professor, our students, we want to be taught African history. Oh, and what do you mean? There is nothing like African history. The history of Africa is just gyrations of fun. So while you're on learning, there's no African history. People do not have history until they begin to write. It is now that we have taken writing among the Black people that they have history. But in 1950s, our people went seriously into the study of our history. And we developed methods of reconstructing African history. Europeans only. African historiography. I am one of the first graduate students in the history of the world that was taught African historiography. That is methods, scientific methods of reconstructing African history. That's what it's called, historiography. And I, because of my writings in it, because of the books that I wrote after that, I became one of the leading scholars of African historiography in the world. And go see conference and share anywhere in the world. Someone can invite me, see whether it's in Asia or in Europe or in America or South America and so on, Brazil, Argentina, etc., in Barbados, in the West Indies, and so on. Yeah, we now know how to write our history. I will advise, look at some of the books that, look at Samuel Jeff Adeaja's history of Yoruba Christian missions. Look at Anyadele's history. Look at my Revolution and Power Politics in Yoruba land, 19th century. Look at my history of the Yoruba people. Look at Falola's history of Ibadan, and so on. Yes, it's all over there. It's all over there. You need to just sit down and make a collection of them. It's a lot.
Ẹ ṣé gan sir, ẹ ṣé fún ẹtú library wa ẹtú jẹ́ ká mọ ọkọ tí a ní láti mọ̀. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. Ọbọ tí n tó dá padà sí ọ̀dọ̀ Comrade Òjó Samuel. Ó pé our Bible tí à ń kà ń sìn, pé Bible tí à ń kà tó yẹ pé àwọn white tó yẹ pé ọkọ̀ fún wa pé èṣù ọ̀pẹ ní evil.
No, àwọn kọ́ ló kọ Bible. Àwọn Jewish priests ló kọ Bible in ancient times. Ìgbà tí Christianity wá dé Europe, àwọn European countries wá gbà wọ́n translate náà sí language tiwọn. That's all.
Okay. Ẹ ṣé gan sir.
So eléyìí tí àwárí gbà àwọn tó súnmọ́ wa jù lára English, the English version, King James's version. Àwọn French òkun ló James's version tí wọ́n náà ń lò. Àwọn Germans ò lò ti English James version. So táwọn tí ó colonize àwa làwa kọ́kà. Àwa náà wá translate sí Yorùbá language tiwa. Bíbélì mímọ́. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ẹ ó dẹ̀ pé ìbéèrè yẹn wọn ò béèrè ẹ̀ tó bó àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣe ń fapá jánu wípé bàbá ńlá bàbá wa èṣù wọ́n ń pè ní Sátánì nínú Bíbélì. Báwo ni èṣù ṣe dé inú Bíbélì tó jẹ́ wípé ògùn ọ̀yà Bíbélì?
Tó bá yá. Ẹ̀yin náà ni it is the work of your generation. Gbàdá bá ní country wa. A máa sọ fún àwọn Christian scholars Yorùbá kánjọ kan tún kìíní yẹn kọ. Because Satan tó wà nínú Bíbélì, the maker of all evil, the father and propagator of evil, kò sí ní Yorùbá religion. The Èṣù in Yoruba religion is a messenger of the gods. A messenger. He doesn't have a message of his own. Èṣù tínú Bíbélì àti Quran. Èṣù gidi nìyẹn, the creator and maker of evil. Àwa Yorùbá nírú ẹ̀. Àwọn nírú ẹ̀ ní religion wa. So ara nǹkan tí ẹ máa ṣe ń gbà tẹ́ bá ní country yẹn, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ get àwọn scholars, Christian scholars yìí. Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn jọ ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa tún kínní nǹkan kó bá correct. Eléyìí tí wọ́n fi ń sọ pé èṣù ní iṣẹ́ Sátánì ni. Iṣẹ́ Sátánì yàtọ̀ sí èṣù. So it must be changed. We need to have it changed. How important.
Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa tí ẹ là wá lé òye fún àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀. Bọ̀ mo ní ẹnì kejì mi bí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Òjó Samuel. Òun náà ó ní àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Òjó Samuel ó ní àwọn ìbéèrè kọ̀ọ̀kan tó kóun fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ jẹ́ round over fún sáà.
Ẹ ṣé gidi gan kọ́ ìgbà ọmọdé owó làbí. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá wa ń pa pè ní ẹ̀sìn jẹ́ wa. Inú tèmi dùn gan. In fact, lẹ́yìn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwa Yorùbá, orí mi máa ń wí sí ni. Tí bá ṣe ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá, inú mi máa ń dùn. Ọmọ aládé mà ní mi, I am so lucky to be a Yorùbá person. Inú mi fẹ́ dùn, ayọ̀ mi kún pé àárín ní sá. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan sá. So ìbéèrè tí a kọ́kọ́ ní láti bèrè ẹ ṣe ni pé a ní Yorùbá science nípa science ìgbà àti ń ṣe àwọn research díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ ní tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n máa sọ fún wa pé according to the Bible pé Ifá ajo kankan bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá mi pé Ifá jẹ́ part of our history. Ó tún wá jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ gbòógì nínú history wa nínú ohun tí Yorùbá jẹ́. So àṣewálú Ifá yìí ẹnìkan ló ń bèrè láti bá pé àṣewálú Ifá ká fi mọ̀ nípa àwa Yorùbá. So ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ tí a ní fún mi láti pé so kí ló bá ṣe lo Ifá ká fi mọ̀ bí a ṣe jẹ́ àwa Yorùbá sí ìsẹ́ pé Ifá ti wọ́n láti ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ láti gbà wá. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá mi.
Ẹ ṣé. Ifá is the oldest known compendium of human knowledge in the world today. Àwa Yorùbá, we have been in control of that body of knowledge for thousands of years. In about 500 BC, some of our leading thinkers put it together as Odu Ifá, one organized in couplets. And that's the Odu Ifá that has come down to us. It's a comparatively new thing. It was first put together in about 500 BC, before the birth of Christ. And there is no other literature anywhere in the world to be known. I consider it, but it doesn't matter. Only characteristic láti join làwọn èèyàn ti máa memorize yes. The Babalawo, a young man who wants to be a Babalawo, will surrender himself to 14 years of memorization. 14 years. Ọdún mẹ́rìnlá làwọn èèyàn wá fi máa ń kọ́ láti di Babalawo Ifá. And in those 14 years, you would memorize the entire. One is whatever. But the important thing is that in those 14 years, you will go rigorously learning Odu Ifá from. So you can tell when you cast the oracles, you can tell what the oracle is talking about. We are great people. Now, one of our young Babalawos of modern times, Sholagbade Popola, who now has a PhD, has done a transcription of a lot of the Odu Ifá. Only 17 volumes, or to publish the first 3 volumes now. And the first volume is 1,200 and something pages. The second volume is 1,400 and something pages. And the third volume is 1,400 and something pages. They are available now. The remaining 14 volumes will come, I promise. So and he's also writing a book which he says will serve for the Yoruba religion what the Bible and the Quran mean to Christianity and Islam. You are descendants of a great Ọlọ́run ti fún wa lágbára yẹn láti ọ̀run wá, Ọlọ́run á gbà wá ṣe. Tó jẹ́ pé now that we are going to have our country, pé àwọn kan rò pé a fẹ́ ní country wa, no, we want to have a country as part of the work of God, part of the covenant of God, part of the destiny of God in our lives. Because all that we are must be shown to the world. And it is astounding. What we already have to show to the world is astounding. That's how this book grew to 900 pages. I started by thinking, okay, Marco, a brief introduction of the Yoruba people. But then it went on and on, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, until I had to stop. That is it. That is it. So it is you are a great people, and you must be ready to show it off. But that means, as I said, soberness, unity, hard work. Yeah, soberness, unity, hard work.
Yes, sir.
I wish I were younger, much younger. Came in 31, 32. Kajama ready for the next 2 or 3 months. Tamane country so that I can be part of it all. But unfortunately, I'm already an old man. Mama enjoy sitting in the backyard of my house, install a little shed there, put in television and watch my boys and girls surprising the world. Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, about me, I too fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè kan tó tún wà níbí. Àǹtí mo pé Yorùbá nation by we are the greatest in Africa. Ní àgbáyé dẹ̀, a fẹ́ fi hàn pé àwa ni number 1, àwa la tóbi jù lágbàáyé. Torí pé Èdùmàrè ó dá wa ní àkàndá ènìyàn, àkàndá nation, ẹ jẹ́ ká lò bẹ́ẹ̀. So, Èdùmàrè ti dá wa in a very special way. So, a fẹ́ mọ̀ pé báwo ni a ó sùn lábẹ́ sí rí greatness yìí, a sùn ní gbogbo greatness yìí máa manifest, tá a ṣe máa show the world, tá a ṣe dá tó lélẹ̀, bí a ṣe dùn tó lélẹ̀. So a ó sùn ní sà, ṣé blueprint ẹ̀ ti wà lẹ́yìn pé ó yá nǹkan tá a máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe, tá a máa ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ báyìí la máa gbé. So nǹkan tí a tún fẹ́ mọ̀ ní bàbá mi, ẹ ṣé gan sir bàbá wa.
Ṣé o rò pé àkàndédé ń sá káàkiri yìí ni? There are people working to produce the blueprint for the new country. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And it's a blueprint based entirely upon our antecedents and our gifts. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe. Ẹ̀yin ni ẹ kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yín mọ́ra dáadáa, kẹ́ put it to work and let the world see the miracles that are inherent in the Yoruba nation. Yes, a blueprint is being written, so they call it manifesto, whatever they call it, a blueprint of the Yoruba future, of the Yoruba nation is being produced now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ẹ ṣé gidi gan. So, ó dà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Owólabí wọ́n ní ìbéèrè kan fún bàbá mi. Wọ́n ní ìbéèrè kan. So, Comrade Owólabí, ó di ọwọ́ yín sà.
Yeah, ẹ ṣé gan Comrade Òjó Samuel, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún àwọn ètò náà tí ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá bàbá sọ̀rọ̀, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá náà tó yẹ pé ó fi kalẹ̀ sí, ó ń gbọ́ wa bá a ṣe ń gbé question náà ló ń fún wa ní answer tí a ní láti lò. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín sà. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá sọ pé tí máa kí yín pé ẹ ṣé gidi gan pé ìwà lẹ́nìí pé ẹ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, pé ẹ wá bá a sọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí àti àwọn nǹkan tí a ní láti mọ̀ about our history, our heritage, pé ẹ ṣé gidi gan bàbá, pé ọpẹ́ tí máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ó pé the black nation tí ẹ sọ yẹn, ìwé tí ẹ kọ yẹn, ó pé ṣé ẹ máa kọ́ ní èdè wa ti Yorùbá àbí ti ní English ló máa jẹ́?
Kan lára yín náà ló máa èmi ti darúgbó mi ò lè ké ní Yorùbá mọ́, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa ṣe ní Yorùbá. That's your work. Èmi ti ṣe ìwọ̀nba tí mo lè ṣe. It's time to begin to prepare to return home.
Òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàró jí díẹ̀.
Adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkú. Wọ́n sọ wípé kì í dùn kó pọ̀ ṣíún báyìí lọ́bẹ̀ oge. Adúpẹ́ pẹ́ òkun lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Adébánjí Akintoye. Wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní Professor Emeritus. I call him Grandpa. That's our Grandpa. Jerry. Inú wa ń dùn ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa rí wípé bí ẹ ṣe ń kọ́ wa náà sọ́tún sósì, òun náà là ń gbọ́, òun náà làwa náà fi ń mú ṣe. Wọ́n ní tí ọmọdé ò bá bá ìtàn, yóò bá àrọ́bá, àrọ́bá sì rèé, bàbá ìtàn ni. Ó ti dọ́wọ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lè ní o. Wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa fi tó yín létí pé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo àgbáláyé, àwa náà ní Yorùbá Global Youth. Àwa ní ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ tó jẹ́ wípé àwa scientifically oriented. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì rèé, a wà nínú oko. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì rèé, àwọn kan wà nínú wa tó jẹ́ pé ọlọ́kadà ni wọ́n. Ó tiẹ̀ ní kí n máa fún yín ní ìròyìn ayọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan wà ní ìjọsí tí a kóra wa jọ ní ìjọsí tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa ń pariwo Múṣí olóòṣà lénìí wọ́n ti lọ ń kọ́ embedded system engineering. That is one of those things we are doing as a Yoruba Global Youth. Àwọn kan wà ní ìjọsí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ń pariwo apes obey ní èmi ò ní dárúkọ pátì kankan tó máa ń sọ pé ọmọ jàǹdùkú ní èní wọ́n wà lára wa ní Yoruba Global Youth tó jẹ́ wípé a ti lọ ń ṣe iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ nítorí wípé ọmọ aládé ni wá. Ǹjẹ́ òṣì wà níta tó ń jókòó sórí fence? Àwọn òye ẹnikẹ́ni nípọ̀sí o. Bá ṣe wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, la wà ní London, la wà ní US, la wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìfà a ní tí débi pé aláwọn èèyàn ní ẹ má jẹ́ ń dárúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ ìgbọ̀n tó bá ṣàtijọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ ọmọlúàbí. À ń pè àkọmọ̀nà wa ní change and transform. Kì í ṣe bí kò kàn yípadà nìkan, kí wọ́n gan kó mú àyípadà wá sí inú ilé. Mo rí àwọn bàbá mi, àwọn bíi Ọláyọmí Kóìkí Media. Many thanks to you. Heritage náà wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ ṣé tí ẹ gbọ́ tí ẹ wá o. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ tí wọn ò ní oore ọ̀fẹ́ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Mo rí wa SDM, ẹ ṣé bàbá wa Gani Alágbàlá. Bí a ṣe ń kà díẹ̀ nílẹ̀, ẹ dákun àwọn tó bá fẹ́ gba àwa ọ̀dọ́ ní ìyànjú. Bàbá wa ti sọ nǹkan mẹ́ta. Wọ́n ní wípé kí a wà discipline, kí a dẹ̀ wà together, ká dẹ̀ ṣetán láti ṣiṣẹ́. Discipline yẹn wọ́n pè ní soberness. Tá bá wo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn pátí ni lọ́tún lósì gbogbo àríyá. It is time to be sober. Sober reflection on what we have lost and where we are going to. How to bring the beauty of the Yoruba nation. Cocoa House should have been our limit. It should have been the least we would achieve, beg your pardon. Cocoa House should have been the least and not the limit. So right now we have lost several years. We have lost
several years. Yes. And so, you must catch up with those years quickly. Yeah.
And that's the truth. Yes, we would do it. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, láṣẹ ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tó wà wájú wa, lágbára àwọn abiyamọ ayé tí wọn ò kì í ṣe abiagba. Nítorí pé ọmọ ayé làwa ò kì í ṣẹran ayé. Ẹni tó bá mọ odù yẹn ló máa yé. Ọmọ ayé yàtọ̀ sí ẹran ayé, ọmọ ayé làwa. Bàbá mi Gani Alágbàlá mo rí yẹn, bá wa dá sí. Wọ́n ní àìsí ń bẹ̀ láì bá wọn dá sí. Bí a ti ń kásẹ̀ ètò nílẹ̀.
Ẹ ṣé. Mo kí bàbá wa Lana, the leader of Yoruba self-determination movement, bàbá wa Professor Emeritus Adébánjí Akintoye tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ wọn. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa bàbá. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn mídíà tó wà nílé, Heritage, Koiki Media and others. Mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin youth. Gbogbo ẹ má bínú pé mo pẹ́ wọlé, àwọn iṣẹ́ tán gbé fún mi náà ni. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo bá lẹ́nu bàbá, inú mi dùn wípé àwọn ògo ọ̀la wọ́n pe bàbá because àwa kan súnmọ́ wọn, and I'm not telling this to his face. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ló ń lọ níta, but ó yẹ ká mọ̀ pé ọgbọ́n nílé ayé yìí kò ń ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ni, ojú inú ó ríran ju ojú ìta lọ. Àwọn òyìnbó tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n á ṣe interview fún èèyàn, wọ́n á tún wá ṣe background check. So àwa kan ṣe background check bàbá wa láti ilẹ̀ pé irú èèyàn wo ni. So a wò wọ́n láti First Republic, ìgbà tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ń dàrú, lẹ́yìn tó ṣe senator tó ní irú wọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó, teaching young people from all over the world ní America for 25 years. As of 1999, nígbà tó ń ṣe arúmọjẹ democracy, with àwọn nǹkan tí bàbá ti ní nígbà tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ní reputation. Tẹ́ bá yọ 1999 up till today, àmọye year tó jẹ́ náà. Tẹ́ bá yọ kù lọ́jọ́ orí wọn, is still around the age tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà lè jáde pé àwọn fẹ́ dá sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. But wọ́n lo opportunity yẹn náà. As a matter of fact, some of us knew that it was called by some of these people tó wà ní realms of affair lónìí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, but it chose to remain láti máa ṣe iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn tí wọ́n yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àgbà. So wọ́n wá di age tán wà yìí, Ọlọ́run wá preserve wọn. Ẹ wòye meeting tán ṣe, ẹ wòye presentation tán ṣe every day. So for somebody to now tell us pé àwọn history yẹn ká erase ẹ̀ ní bá a ṣe máa wò wọ́n, regardless of àwọn ẹsẹ̀ míì tán bá gbé táwọn èèyàn rò pé àbí bàbá ọ̀gbẹ́sẹ̀ yìí dáadáa, but àwa wo record yẹn, we can erase that. Àwọn Yorùbá dẹ̀ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ní ẹ wo àtúbọ̀tán èèyàn. Téèyàn bá jẹ́ alábòsí, tí onítọ̀hún bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, ó lè lówó, ó lè ní ọmọ, ó lè ní so many achievements, but towards the end of the life kò lè láyéláyé avoid nǹkan tó ń pè ní karma táwọn Yorùbá ń pè ní àtúbọ̀tán. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé a lè wò nínú àwọn ex-president ní Nàìjíríà tó yẹ pé bóyá ọjọ́ orí wọn ò tó bàbá, they may not be able to stand up anymore. Mi fẹ́ máa dá orúkọ. So ìyẹn máa fi hàn wá pé báwo ni bàbá wa yìí, báwo náà ṣe lo ọjọ́ orí wọn. Inú mi kàn wá dùn yìí pé Ọlọ́run ṣẹ́ irú wọn kù láti jẹ́ role model fáwa kan, pàápàá àwa ọ̀dọ́. Tí irú wọn bá ti lọ ni wọn ò pọ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ mọ́ láti máa fún wa ní àwọn nǹkan tí à ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu. So many ìtàn lèmi ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu bàbá. So many things ni mo ti mọ̀ nípa Yorùbá. So inú mi dẹ̀ dùn sí because Yorùbá ní culture kan, táwọn bàbá wa bá ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́, wọ́n á máa wò bóyá làákàyè àwọn ọmọ yẹn ti débi ká béèrè. They want to pour the wisdom, but wọ́n á wò pé táwọn bá kàn fún wa láì béèrè, àti ìmọ̀ value nǹkan yẹn nìyẹn. But when we seek, inú wọn á dùn, wá ní ó kárí ọmọ yìí ti béèrè, wọ́n á ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sọ fún wa. So irú nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí is really good. Ọlọ́run á bá preserve bàbá, because there's so much tá a ṣì lè gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Is a father to emulate. Yes.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
ẹ ṣé gan.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ṣé
Thank you very
púpọ̀.
much.
Mo rí ìyá mi Adédoyin nínú ilé ní ìṣẹ́jú kọ̀ọ̀kan kí a tó wá kọrin àsíá orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá bí a ṣe ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má jẹ́ kí a gbàgbé wípé a wà live lórí www.duduspree.com bí a ṣe ń sọ. This is the first and only Pan-African radio tó jẹ́ pàwọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ òun lè àdá sílẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló fún wa ní oore ọ̀fẹ́. Yorùbá Global Youth náà ló ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a sọ fún yín pé lè follow wa lórí social media handles wa. YG Youth lórí Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube live lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí nítorí pé àwa náà là ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìyá mi Adédoyin, ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn obìnrin, ṣé ká máa lọ sí party every Saturday? No, Ankara ò jẹ́sẹ̀ mo. Ṣé yẹn ló dẹ̀kun àbí ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? Ìyá mi Adédoyin, are you there, please? Okay, ó yẹ gbé sókè.
Thank you so much for bringing our father here. Kobawa Soro. Inú mi máa ń dùn every time tí n bá gbọ́ bàbá sorrow. It gives me joy, and I just can't wait to Kinjoko see EBS and just sit down and endure and just take all the wisdom. I'm so grateful. Baba, every morning, Tibaji, Bishen Lawson, Bishen G, I'm thinking of Tiba Baba Leshe, Kile Mishe as a youth. I have to do something. If he can do it at this age, who am I? Telling me that I cannot do more. So Baba gives me motivation. And as a woman, all embrace you as a youth, all embrace you, encouraging us every day. He's so accommodating, so willing to talk anytime to anybody back. Even though the man suffering Baba, joy, see me, is not everywhere. He has to come here on Sorrow. And I'm grateful that down and he's here to speak to us. I ask that we should continue to pray for him. By the time Tabari Nation in Waye, Baba will be there to continue to direct us, to lead us as he has been doing. As a woman, first of all the women out there, all the Omoluabis out there, it all begins at home. Kama saw history Kama Kawani national anthem at such a young age. National anthem Kama Kawani history. Germs like this are very rare. We should replay it for them. We should replay it for them. Air in a different platform and teach our children our history, because our Nicola saw history. No one else can tell us our own history. We should be replaying it to our youth, to our children, so they will never forget. Again, thank you so much for having us on the platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's a big sister I can't do without. Yes, I appreciate it. You see, if you are looking for perfection, you better make Auntie Doyin your friend. She's gonna tell you what's fault, what's at fault, and what you need to do to make it better. To the extent she's been up and doing everywhere. I thank you so much. I'm excited to work with you every day. And I salute your courage. Not many women can stand like this. Heritage Television is right here. Baba, the youngest youth I've ever seen. I call him the youngest old youth. Baba, Heritage. Say hello to the youth, please. Teba Shiwa Ninule. Okay, one wanule. Oh yeah, Baba, I bounce okay.
Nítorí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ni ò mọ nǹkan tí ẹ̀ ń kọ́ wa yìí lénìí, ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú àwọn àlàyé tẹ́ ń ṣe fún wa ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó wú wa lórí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ nítorí pé ẹ̀kọ́ tí a kọ́ nínú ẹ̀ àti pàápàá nígbà tí èèyàn ń woṣẹ́ ní sà, nítorí pé lẹ́yìn ètò yìí lónìí ètò tí mo ní lórí Heritage Television lénìí ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ibi tí a ti ṣìnà àti ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Nítorí pé tí a bá wo the new Prime Minister England lénìí nígbà tó fẹ́ wọ Downing Street, ó kọ́kọ́ ṣe àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan lẹ́nu náà bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ó lè pè ní ìṣẹ̀ṣe tìlú ẹ̀. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe tìlú yẹn ló máa ń gbèyàn. Mi ò rò pé ìṣẹ̀ṣe ìlú onílùú lè gbé ẹnikẹ́ni, ó lè gbé ọmọ ìlú bòmíì. Tíjà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí, ọmọ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò lè lọ gbọmọ Ìgbò, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ní ilẹ̀ Haúsá ò lè wá gbé ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀kọ́ tó yẹ kí gbogbo wa ká kọ́ nínú nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágbàáyé lé nìyẹn. Nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ sin our late queen ní England, a rí tí wọ́n mú ẹran funfun bọ̀lọ̀jọ̀ dání tí wọ́n mú lọ, ṣùgbọ́n tí èèyàn kan bá dánrọ́ ẹ̀wò nílẹ̀ wa, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká fi ṣe ọ̀ṣọ́, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká fi ṣe agbára, gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká máa fi appraise àwọn onílẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àmú gbogbo ẹ̀ àkódà sínú òkun. Àwa ń tẹ̀lé àwọn nǹkan tí ó yẹ kí gbogbo nǹkan tí ó yẹ ká ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba aláwùrábí, ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tó máa fi ń yanjú, ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tó máa fi ń da, ọba ọba tó máa ń bá wa ṣe tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa fi ń lójútùú adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ nítorí pé òun nìkan àti ọ̀dọ̀ rẹ̀ nìkan ni ọpẹ́ àti ìyìn yẹ fún òun nìkan ló tó gba gbogbo mo rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lónìí nípa nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe pé nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe nǹkan dáadáa ni ẹ tẹra mọ́ ẹ má jáwọ́ níbẹ̀ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn olóòtú ètò yìí lónìí nítorí pé wọ́n ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó dùn mọ́ mi nínú wọ́n ní wọ́n pe orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ wọn wọ́n tún pe the other youth náà àjọṣe ló máa ń dùn your wisdom is magnificent there mo máa rọ̀ yín nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ bá ń ṣe ẹ má fi ẹnu ṣáta ẹnikẹ́ni ẹ má ṣe ẹni tó máa fi itọ́ sínú tó máa fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ sínú tó máa tu ẹ̀jẹ̀ jáde tó máa tu itọ́ funfun jáde bó bá ṣe rí ni kẹ́ ẹ ṣe sọ ẹni náà bá máa fẹ́ràn nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ó dá mi lójú pé ó rí inú yín ó rọ́kàn yín ó dẹ̀ máa dá yín láre fún gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù lọ mú kí gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ mi pàápàá jùlọ bàbá onígò dúdú àti onírùngbọ̀n funfun yẹ̀wùkẹ́ tó wà lẹ́gbẹ́ mi lápá ọ̀tún mo kí yín pé ẹ kújọ́ mẹ́ta ṣáláàfíà àjíǹde ara máa jẹ́ bàbá mo kí yín náà Ọláyọmí Èkì mo kí ẹ̀yin náà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí mi lè dárúkọ GY Media mo kí gbogbo yín Ọlọ́run yóò máa gbà fún wa Ọlọ́run yóò máa fún yín ṣe ojú òní tí yín ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ bàbá wa.
Sister Àjọkẹ́ Adé.
Yes sir.
Èmi náà ẹ fún mi láàyè mo fẹ́ fi Uncle Adé sí sport kan ni.
No, you're gonna call each other after this program, sir.
Okay. You sure? I think it's worth clarifying. Uncle Ade doesn't mind.
No, what is me?
Please, Uncle Ade. Okay, Ekujo mẹ́ta.
Yes, sir.
Mo mọ̀ pé media ni, and as a media, any right láti cover anywhere tẹ́ bá fẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n a rí àwọn nǹkan kan tó ń lọ ní ẹnujọ́ mẹ́ta yìí. Ó wá ṣe wá láàánú pé ẹni tó ń speak ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ń dá orúkọ yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Is it possible? Ẹ ti mọ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ. Lójú wa ń bí àti bàbá bóyá ẹ lè ṣàlàyé fún wa lórí ẹ̀.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré bá wọn ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ sà. Àǹtí mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá wọn ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ ní pápápá.
Bàbá mi, ẹ máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀. We would talk about that. Ṣùgbọ́n a fẹ́ release the grandpa kan lọ rest. So a máa wá ṣe meeting lẹ́yìn meeting. Bàbá, ẹ mọ̀ bá ṣe máa ń ṣe ní YSDM now. After party, we will do it. We're going to do it. So now, the beauty is YGY, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube now. Please, you want to hear the after party? You know me tell the people Baba mi wa, after party, ẹ bá wa show love and like, ẹ bá wa share, ẹ bá wa love, ẹ bá wa show gbogbo. Ẹ dákun ẹ follow wa nítorí wípé àwa náà ni ohùn Africa, àti gbogbo àgbáyé lápapọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan àti sókè bàbá mi, àwọn kan máa sọ pé uncle wa. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọláyọmí Kóìkí. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, it's your chance, sir. Could you please speak to us?
Mo kí bàbá Alànà lóye krọlẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Màá sọ pé kó má sú wa, kó má rẹ̀ wá. Live freedom or die freedom is worth it. 1969, only crowd 10 really me. That's the kind of crowd I want to see. You are the Baba about to play for rally.
Wow. Yes, that's concise, that's precise, and it's straight to the point. You can do it. We can do it. We will do it together. Adúpẹ́ Baba wa Banji Akintoye, Professor Emeritus. Èyàn kò tẹ̀ pé wọ́n lánàá, ṣé kí Giants and Youth wọ́n ní Emeritus, mo ló tẹ̀ Yagamari Qatar Airlines. Professor Emeritus, don't mind me. We thank you so much for your support, for your love. Ìgbà tí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ bá ń pè níwájú lẹ́yìn máa ń dá wa lóhùn. Jẹ́ kí n wá fi, okay, after party ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn after party, a máa wá kọrin àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Tàbí wá máa káàdì ẹ̀ nílẹ̀. Bàbá mi Gani Alágbàlá, ìbéèrè tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè yẹn, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn tẹ̀sí sọ, Àjọkẹ́ Adé, you better let them ask. We want to hear. Okay, it's time for that.
Yeah, Uncle Ade, ẹ ṣé, ẹ bá wa clarify torí àwọn èèyàn wa máa bẹ̀rù pé heritage wà bí wọ́n wà pẹ̀lú wọn ni lè lọ́bẹ̀ kẹ́ cover, but mo rò pé opportunity lè lè sà. So I hope you don't mind. Ẹ ṣé.
Orúkọ padà ni.
Ó dẹ̀ gbọ́n bí ilé rẹ̀ alágbára ń gbé heritage ń bèrè question. Ṣé kí
Wọ́n tún béèrè question lọ́wọ́ mi.
Ṣé kí n fi.
Pé wọ́n béèrè question lọ́wọ́ mi. Pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mi lọ́tún lọ́sì.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n.
Ẹ má bínú.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I will just go back a little bit, yeah? So I did an extensive program yesterday, which I tried to clarify so many things on what happened at that meeting. I wasn't invited. I invite myself. I asked them, I said, can I come? And I went there and I did ask question. I asked question that I think is relevant to my own conscience. And I believe some people in this gathering knows about the question I ask. And I believe Timbashi Dada Okumi Oku Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè. Tí mi bá ṣe dáadáa kí alálẹ̀ Yorùbá kó mú mi kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ Ìpẹ́ ní kíákíá nítorí pé ìbúra tí mo bú fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn. Ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ bàbá wa àdúpẹ́. Bíbélì sọ wípé olódodo yóò ní àyà bíi kìnìún. Àwa náà ń kúkú ń wò yín ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa. Ẹ̀yin la fi ń ṣe àlàkalẹ̀. Àwa náà dẹ̀ ń wò wípé gbogbo nǹkan táwa náà máa ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ yóò jẹ́ àwọn nǹkan tí yóò gbé orílẹ̀ Yorùbá ga. No matter what, we will not compromise our stand.
Ṣé gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo sọ, Sister Àjọkẹ́?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Great.
Uncle Ade àti gbọ́ yín, thank you for that clarification.
Okay.
So I can be rest assured that you are not part of that, you are with us.
No, you can go and watch the program, sir, if you have the time.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ ìkọ̀ọ̀kan náà ni gbogbo wa jọ ń sọ wípé orí òtítọ́ orí òdodo náà la ó dúró lé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́ bí a ṣe ń wo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn ìran tí ó ń bọ̀ wọ́n ṣe ń wò wá. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi ìpolówó àti ìkéde tí ẹnikẹ́ni ò sanwó fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ YGY. Ó ní àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tí à ń ṣe fún àwọn teenagers wa. Ẹ̀wọ́ tó bá ní ọ̀dọ́ wẹ̀rẹ̀ nílé má jẹ́ kó dúró sílé. Ó ní àwọn ipa ribiribi tí àwọn náà lè kó. Bí àwọn bàbá wa ṣe ń mẹ́ńtọ̀ wa làwa náà ṣe kí ni là ń mẹ́ńtọ̀ wọn. Bí a ti ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kí a gbàgbé àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ mẹ́ta tí bàbá wa fi fún wa. Bàbá wa Professor Emeritus Banji Akintoye wọ́n sọ wípé kí a wà sober nínú gbogbo nǹkan tí a máa ṣe, kí a dẹ̀ rí wípé gbogbo nǹkan tí à ń ṣe a fi kò sí ojú iṣẹ́. Lẹ́yìn náà ni wípé we must be hardworking. Ibi tí à ń lọ gba gbẹ̀rẹ̀ kò gba eré. Let's be ready to take the bull by the horn. The years that we have lost, we must regain. Not we will regain. The word is we must regain. Nature, posterity, we not judge us well. If we end up becoming the Almajiri, educated Almajiri, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. Bí a ṣe ń kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀ nítorí pé ọmọ tí wọ́n bí nínú ìṣìnìmímú sọ pé ṣebíre mẹ́ta làwa ń wá. Àwa ń wówó, àwa ń wọ́mọ, àwa ń wá àtúbọ̀tán ayé. Owó, ọmọ àti àtúbọ̀tán ayé kò ní gbẹ̀yìn lọ́yìn gbogbo lọ́rọ̀ gbogbo wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. As we are living now, wrapping up, we would be hosting YSDM. Cherry, we would be hosting YSDM next week. Get set. We're going to ask them questions. Google questions here. YSDM, they are coming next week. We are giving them public invite. Abami Gani Alagbala Ebawa invite more. We will write letter. YSDM, we want to see you. The youth want to talk. All the questions, all the barriers, please compile them and send them to us. We will ask. We are the youth and we are ready for that. We're taking the bull by the horn. Yes, so orin àṣẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, wọ́n tó bá ti mọ̀ orin òmìnira, orin ìlọsíwájú, orin ìlọsókè àti orin ìdára. Mo kí Owólabí.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa ni Ògo Adúláwọ̀. Ní aago mẹ́wàá alẹ́ òní ẹ pàdé mi lórí ètò yìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ibi tí a ti ṣìnà àti ọ̀nà àbáyọ ní aago mẹ́wàá ní alẹ́ òní ní nǹkan bí wákàtí kan àbọ̀ sí ìgbà tí a wà ní ètò yìí yóò máa wá sí ayé. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo rí no audio is there still no audio? Hello, can you hear me, guys? If you can hear me, just type 9 for me, please. If you can hear me, just type 9. If you can hear me, press number 9. Okay? If you can hear me, okay. Ní aago mẹ́sàn-án, ní aago mẹ́wàá alẹ́ yìí ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ibi tí a ti ṣìnà àti ọ̀nà àbáyọ ní ọjọ́ Tuesday, the 25th of October 2022 ní aago mẹ́wàá UK time ní a máa bọ́ sí orí ètò ní rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹ máa gbọ́ wòròwòrò díẹ̀ o. Ẹ lè bínú lórí nǹkan tí a bá máa sọ lórí ẹ̀. Ẹ lè faramọ́, ẹ sì lè lòdì sí. You have a right to decide, but nǹkan tá a máa sọ ó dá mi lójú pé ó máa ṣe wá ní àǹfààní ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀nà. Ẹ ṣé, ó dìgbà kan náà. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá.